Hi, this is Robin from Western Mass, and we are entering our Q&A and sharing experience time on the January 31st Sunday Morgellons call. So Richard, to start, I have a couple of questions from two people. I jumped into, okay, so Felicia has been struggling with cleaning her carpet of, I'm pretty sure she has mites and Morgellons, and she says that they're multiplying like crazy, and she doesn't understand how they're multiplying. She vacuums and it doesn't do anything. Is there a way to get them out of her carpet? And later she wants to share an experience that she had describing how infested her carpet is. So,
well, carpets, and I'm sure you have something to add to what I'm going to say, but carpets are a supreme challenge. It depends on their age. But if you ever took up an old carpet, you'll find that under the carpet there is a mat, cushion-like thing, and that is dirty, and underneath of that is probably an eighth of an inch of accumulated dust and stuff that has gotten down through it all and settled there. So the organisms, how far down do they go? Probably as far as they can, and they may be all the way down. So sometimes it may be important to rip that carpet out and then clean the floor and start anew. The first approach that I would say would be to get a steam cleaner, spray the carpet with, now ideally you would want to put the white vinegar in the steam cleaner, but that could wreck steam cleaners. I wrecked a couple of them myself, so be careful about that. So
what about Mediclean or your Time disinfectant? Can you put that in the steam cleaner?
I don't know about the chemicals in steam cleaners. You'd have to check that out. In any event, you could spray the carpet with the white vinegar. You could spray it with the Mediclean. We have that's a disinfectant that's in our store. That's a chemical disinfectant. It's it's quite economical. It comes in a concentrate, and it's a dilution of 1 to 8, so it comes out pretty inexpensive. The other disinfectant we have is thyme-based. It's organic, and it's ready to use, and it's more expensive. But it's up to you whether you want to go organic or whether you want to go with a chemical disinfectant. So spray it well, put in use your steam machine, and then go over it and steam it wherever you sprayed everything, and then you may air dry it afterwards so you don't end up getting mold formed somewhere. But so that would be my first step. You got anything to add to that, Robin?
Yeah. So if you go with the steam cleaning, to actually kill things, you have to be in one spot for 5 minutes. Deodorizing and sanitizing goes quicker, but if you really want to get rid of things, you have to stay in one spot for 5 minutes and then move it, and that is a very long process.
Well, I would think that if you're using the Mediclean and you're using, or the disinfectant, the need to do that is greatly diminished. You could move along faster. Wouldn't you think?
No.
No?
Well, it depends. If they're resistant, like, cause
oh, we have our first fight. We have our first fight.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it a fight, but when I first got all of these things, before I found you, the first thing I did was buy a steam cleaner, and I steam cleaned my whole house, ceiling, walls, and floors, the amount of time they suggested, and I sprayed them first, and it did nothing. So I'm skeptical that if you don't do it for 5 minutes, it's going to work. But again, it depends on what you have. And in addition, I would also recommend, I mean, the first line of attack I would think would be diatomaceous earth. which you can make a spray bottle like you've talked about with, what, 2 tablespoons of diatomaceous earth in like a 28 or 32-ounce spray bottle, shake it up really good and spray it. It looks clear, but it dries white. Or you can sprinkle it on the carpet. You don't want to breathe it in. Let it sit for a day or two, and then you would vacuum it up, and then you have to clean your vacuum. And then do the spraying and the steam cleaning. And you'd have to do this multiple times. I don't want to be discouraging, but I don't know anyone who... I know people who have gotten rugs clean. I don't know anyone who's been really successful with carpets at this point. But I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just you got to be aggressive.
It's got to be a real challenge. And again, it depends on how resistant the mites are. There are over 40,000 different species. Of course, we're only probably interested in maybe a couple of dozen different species that are this problematic. But nevertheless, some of them are more resistant, and you just have to keep at it and see if it works. Do the diatomaceous earth, sprinkle it, vacuum it up, make sure you're using a HEPA filter, spray with the vinegar, with the disinfectants, use the steam cleaner, and if you don't notice results, I think the next thing is to toss the carpet.
Right, but that's a whole big process in itself, so you know, you can try these other things first. Okay, I have 2 more questions that have been texted to me.
But I do want to say, when you toss that carpet, you're taking a chance of...
Wrap it in plastic.
Well, wrap it in plastic, but you need to wrap yourself in plastic too, because you're going to be in an infested environment, a hazmat suit, or have somebody do it who's not susceptible to these things, because not everybody is. But then that's chancy, because you have no idea if the person you hired is going to be majorly infected by it and take it home, or be unaffected by it.
If you're going to wrap the carpet in plastic, spray the heck out of it, cover it with diatomaceous earth, wear gloves, wear goggles, wear a mask, wear a head protector, then wrap it up, tape it up so it's airtight, and then do the exact same thing to the floor under it. Yeah. So,
big problem.
I know it is. Sorry.
Not an easy solution.
Okay, question number 2 from Shanine. When you mop, do you have to throw away the mop head? Like, let's say you're mopping not with ammonia but other things. I don't think so. It depends if you're mopping with something that's disinfecting. It should disinfect the mop head as well. Is what I think. I don't know. What do you think?
If you're using ammonia in whatever you're, definitely you shouldn't have to. The mop head should be fine.
I mean, what if you were using something like Murphy's oil soap and maybe enzyme cleaner mixed together?
Oh, the enzyme cleaner should do it. I'm not familiar with the Murphy's oil soap, but
well, that's just really good for wood floors. But I would think if you mix it with something like Clean 'em Up Science, you know, you wouldn't have to necessarily throw out the mop head every time.
And what is the Pine Sol? You know, the typical Pine Sol that you use is not, in my opinion, not sufficient to kill them. Right.
Right. Yeah, there are, Lysol comes in a concentrate, which is almost impossible to get since the pandemic started, but that's pretty strong if you can get the concentrate, because then you can make it as strong as you want. And you want to wear a mask if you use it, because it's really, it's even a stronger smell than ammonia, I think.
But don't assume that Lysol out of a can spraying on a surface or in your car or anything is going to be effective. If anything, it's just going to aggravate them. Right,
right. That's why I said the concentrate. Right. Okay. Barbara from Texas wants to know if Garden Safe Fungicide 3 can be sprayed on furniture. So I have found that it works great on wood. It works great on wood floors, wood furniture, and then you can wipe it, and it's an oil, so it kind of feeds the wood. It stains walls, as I have discovered. And I don't know about fabric, but what I ended up doing was I mixed it with the enzyme cleaner so that it was more enzyme than Fungicide 3 except for the wooden stuff. And I also sprayed and it also stains leather. So use at your own risk. It depends how desperate you are.
You are a resident Fungicide 3 expert here. Now,
yeah.
Fungicide 3 is not available in our store. The others are. You know, again, we're not here to necessarily sell you on what we have, but we have collected some pretty good disinfectants and enzymes and things that we've made available in the store.
Right. Okay, I have another question. Yeah, Fungicide 3 you can get at any gardening store, and they have it where you can connect it to a hose so you can spray around your house as well, which you kind of have to do because when you spray stuff inside, especially if you're dealing with springtails, you push them outside. So you want to spray around your house also. And you can buy it also online at Amazon or Home Depot or Walmart even. I mean, every place has this. I have another question here. I'm not sure who this is from, but how do you know if you have Morgellons or Lyme disease, and what's the difference?
Well, according to the Morgellons Association or Morgellons Foundation and the research done by Maneva Hand and Strickler, it indicates that basically if you have Morgellons disease, you have Lyme disease. They have identified 2 different types of spirochetes that are connected with the Lyme disease. I think one group of people had like 17% of the people had one type, and the remaining had another type of spirochete. So that's pretty much it. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody who has Lyme disease has Morgellons. Okay? So what the heck is Morgellons? Well, Morgellons is not a parasite, like people would say. Morgellons is more connected with DNA adjustments, and it will parasitize anything that it finds. So it will parasitize mites, nematodes, helmets, that's a broad term for many different nematodes. So the bottom line is when we're dealing with Morgellons, we're dealing with Lyme disease. And we did a segment on the nutritional package that we have for Lyme disease, which is the basic fundamental package that we have for Morgellons as well. And that is vitamins, minerals, boosting glutathione, and our Garcillin, the Acillin product, which serves as an antibiotic, antiparasitic. So, and that seems to be I mean, look at it this way. Everybody's got Morgellons, has Lyme disease. People get well with this program and the diet. Diet is important when you're dealing with Lyme disease. So Lyme disease is the big bad thing that we need to be afraid of. Like, I was scared of Lyme disease most of my life. You know, back in the 70s, my first experience was with this lady who we came to know. She had just given birth, and she was destroyed by Lyme disease. I think she died. It was scary as hell. And I almost succumbed to it 13 years ago. And scared at that point, too. But along with the supplements and the diet, Lyme disease has become a zero factor in my life. And I'm no longer scared of it. And many other people have gotten their lives back. So it's not the big, bad, scary thing that we think it used to be. Plus, along with the supplement pack that we have, it will make any treatment that you use far more effective. Plus, we also learned about detox reactions. And we have to do a segment on that. But the bottom line is there are things that you can take, such as zeolite. See, when you're dealing with Lyme disease, if you're going the antibiotic route or any route at all, could be vitamin C and salt, Himalayan salt, or rifing, when they start, whatever the treatment is, starts destroying the Lyme disease, there's a lot of detox, a lot of stuff that's got to get out of your body. And the detox reactions can be pretty bad. It could be inflammation, it could be pain, it could be upset stomach, it could be nauseousness, all kinds of problems. And typically what the doctor does, or whoever's doing the treatment, is he stops the treatment until those detox reactions go away. And that's the mistake, because that gives the Lyme mechanism the ability to morph into another form and to escape treatment. So when you use any treatment for Lyme disease, you want to look at the things that we have in our blog. Zeolite will diminish the effects of detoxing. Our agro-relief enzymes and building amino acids will do the same thing. And a lady sent me an article a week or so ago that I want to look more into. There are a lot of other things that you can do as well that I'll be publishing to minimize the effects of detox. So, okay, anyone else?
Yeah, well, first, also, you know, in the past year, they've discovered that the Morgellons version of Lyme is caused by Bartonella spirochetes, so, which is just a variation of the spirochetes that cause Lyme. So that's also a connection. I have a question here. Since we're on Lyme, how can I get a diagnostic test for Lyme disease?
Forget it. It's a waste of time, a waste of money.
A good Lyme doctor will treat your symptoms. She'll go by symptoms and then, you know, whatever protocol they're using. But a lot of homeopaths, naturopaths, and Richard's protocols will treat Lyme disease as well.
Well, we won't call it treat. We don't use that word. But
sorry.
The only way I would use, the only test that I would put any faith in is microscopy, and you might be able to get that from a lab in Arizona called Fry Labs, F-R-Y. You can look them up and call them and see if they will do microscopy for Lyme disease. It means having your doctor take a sample and send it to them. You probably have to ice it or something, transport it. It has to be transported specially. Now you just can't send it as a regular package.
Right.
But aside from that, tests are a waste of time. And if you're nutritional and you have no symptoms, you know, the strange thing is that when I first was diagnosed with Lyme disease, I had no symptoms of Lyme disease. Not one, nada. I had the skin parasites, and I went to Dr. Bransfield, who was near me, and one of the doctors recognized by the Morgellons Foundation, and he started treating me for Lyme disease. I went through, I don't know, 2 or 3 rotations of the antibiotics, the Zithromax, the Bactrim, the Biaxin, the antifungals, and I was on cloud 9. I had no symptoms, no nothing. The parasites weren't bothering me. I could eat anything I wanted. And after I went off of the antibiotics, within about a year, all hell broke loose. The parasites were back for fun and games, and the Lyme disease almost killed me. And the interesting thing, too, if you go back in our blog, and if you even go to the Morgellons Foundation and look up their research, their own research says that antibiotics don't work for Lyme disease.
Right, right, because it just pushes them. The Lyme spirochetes, they are in your blood, and then you take an antibiotic, and it pushes them into the cells. You take a different antibiotic, and it pushes them into the cell wall. Take a different antibiotic, and they move back into the bloodstream. So
they morph. They change form.
And it takes a long time.
They build up little cities, and they put biofilm all around them, and the biofilm protects them from antibiotics. And so, yeah. Okay, any other questions?
Yes. Hold on. I've just got to... So, no, we asked that one. Hold on. Is benzoyl peroxide shampoo safe to use, and is it effective?
Benzoyl peroxide is safe to use. Anything basically is safe to use on your skin. Is it effective? Well, it could be. I don't know. It's trial and error. You have to see if it works.
I know for mites, I did at one point use benzoate. It's actually, it was for horses. And it did help a lot, but it wasn't a cure. It gave a couple of days of relief.
Were you on the diet? Were you on the diet at the time?
No, this was before I found you.
Okay,
if I had done, no.
Anything that we've done before the diet, all bets are off. It could be beneficial, but unless you're on the diet, you won't know.
Right. That's exactly. And I do have another question, if I can get back to it here. Give me a second.
Chris, has anybody texted you?
No, Richard.
Chris is lonely. Somebody text him. You got the number. I hope you wrote it down.
I can't find. Someone asked how they identify what else they have with Morgellons, and I texted them to send you the questionnaire. And so the questionnaire is an attachment to Richard's emails. You need to fill it out in Word or a word processing application. If you can't do that, you can email Richard back and ask him to include it in the body of the email, and then respond in the body of the email, and you can answer the questions that way. Yeah. I thought I had one more question, but I'm having a hard time. I have so many texts in here.
Okay, Chris is going to open up the lines. As soon as he opens up the lines, unless you'd like to speak, I'd like you to press *6. That will mute your phone automatically. So we're counting on you to help us out here. And when you want to speak, just *6, *6. And you'll be unmuted, and you can speak. Yes,
and
one more question.
I found the question. Yeah. This is from Shanine. She wants to know if she can go get a massage. Her car is infested, and she's afraid she'll harm the masseuse. So she wanted to know about putting alcohol on her body, but alcohol doesn't do anything. And are there doctors in North Carolina for the Morgellons Foundation? So how would she go about getting a massage? Is it safe? And are there doctors related to the Morgellons Foundation that might treat her?
Well, if the car is infested, I would not even think of going to a masseuse because no matter what you do in terms of cleaning your skin, before you get into the car, you're going to be reinfected, and you simply are taking chance of infecting either the masseuse or, these things can jump off of your body. Columella, springtails, snow fleas, all the same thing. They have the ability to jump as far as 12 inches. So anything within 12 inches of you could be a target of them. When they jump, they have no ability of determining where they're going to land, they just jump. And they can go anywhere within 12 inches of them and then fall on the floor. So you want to make sure your car is disinfected and you're not reinfected there. So disinfecting your car is number one. If you're lucky like I was, you can simply spray ammonia. You spray your car 20 minutes before you get into it. So I would get up in the winter mornings and I would go out and I'd spray my car and I'd start it up. And then I'd come in, have breakfast, and then I'd go out and be warm and I'd drive to work. When I got home, I sprayed the car again. By the way, when I got to work, I'd spray the car after I got out. And then I'd spray the car 20 minutes before I got in it to leave work. So I would do that every time. Now, with the more resistant mites, there are more heavy-duty things that you need to do. And there's a triple pesticide. I used that, too, for a while when I encountered some organisms that were a little bit more resistant. And you do the triple pesticide. It's in Chapter 3 of the book. It's a onslaught, exponent, and IGR. They're not really 3 pesticides. It's 3 things you put together, and I call it the triple pesticide. You spray that once every 11 days and use ammonia every day in between. If that doesn't work, then you go to ozoning, and it's no reason why you can't do ozoning right away along with the rest of it. Put the ozone machine. You need to do this 21 days straight minimum. Run the ozone machine 15 minutes in your car and have it shut off. I won't let Robin talk because she'll tell you to do it all day long, but that could be a problem.
No, I won't.
If it destroys your wiring, then you're going to get upset with me. See, ozone breaks down nylon, plastics, and anything like that. Then wiring is protected with plastic. So you don't want to run the ozone machine anywhere for a long time by itself. So that's another thing. Another step up is our electrostatic sprayer. And that's better than fogging because fogging doesn't touch all the surfaces where the electrostatic sprayer does. So it could be a challenge. You have to figure out at what level is sufficient to get them out of your car. Now, the other thing is to be socially responsible, and that is before you are with anybody within 12 inches, you want to make sure that you are basically non-reactive. And that's where before I would go out on any social engagement or to any place, I would take my 45-minute bath. I would be using the Nature's Gift. I'd be using the Epsom salts or the borax or the peppermint or the apple cider vinegar. Chapter 3 has about 14 different disinfectants that you can use either by themselves or mixing them. It even tells you which ones you can mix and which ones you can't mix. So it's very detailed. So I'd make sure that I was responsible and sent that after the bath and took the shower, that I was pretty well non-reactive. The idea with the bathing is to do 3 a day so that you can get from one bath to the next with relatively little discomfort. And of course, be on that diet. If you're not on a diet, none of this works.
Richard, Oksana has a question.
Yes.
Go ahead, Oksana. Your line is open.
Oksana? Hello?
Hi, this is Oksana. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I had a question. I think someone mentioned that they've been taking Albendazole and Ivermectin together, and I just got both of those, and I was looking up online, and I couldn't find anywhere like how to take them. Do you take them both together, or?
Well, that one I don't really know. Albendazole and Ivermectin are basically for Strongyloides cervicalis, and I'm not sure if you take them in rotation or if you take them together or not. That's why we have medical doctors. That's why they should only be available through a medical doctor who can actually advise you.
Right.
Well, the lady that's doing the doodles, or
she was
yes.
under a doctor's care.
Ethel.
This is Ethel.
Yes. There's a question about your Ivermectin and Albendazole. Do you remember how the doctor had you take them?
Right. I took the Albendazole first, and it was probably about 2 months later before she gave me the ivermectin, and I took 3 courses of that, and she wouldn't give me any more because it's bad for your liver.
Right. So you weren't doing it like 1 week? Or,
not together. No. The albendazole first, and then the ivermectin. And I agree. I guess it might have helped some, but it wasn't the magic bullet that I thought it would be. As a matter of fact, it seemed at one point that ivermectin kind of agitated the parasite.
Well, I'm with the diet together. It should maybe...
well, that was before I had, been introduced to Richard's protocol. So probably with the diet, along with it, it would certainly be more effective than what I was doing because I was, I was not doing the diet at the time.
Right, but if you have resistant mites, it's not going to cure them.
Well,
right.
This combination of medication is specifically for strongyloides, and I don't know why you would use it for, say, mites. I don't think so, or Morgellons or Columbella. It's more basically for strongyloides.
So can I interrupt for 1 second? There is a mite protocol that's used for scabies. That's ivermectin and permethrin, and it's done 3 times a month for 2 days, 3 times a month under a doctor's care, and usually not going to be for more than 3 months. And it will help, but it won't cure anything.
Well, if we're talking about scabies, it's oftentimes ivermectin and prednisone, a double descending dose of prednisone. But again, albendazole wouldn't be a part of the equation.
Right.
So we take the stance here. You need to talk to your doctor about it. We can't go beyond our own experiences, and I don't actually recommend it unless you are dealing with strongyloides. You'd have to refer that to your doctor. There are about 7 signs of strongyloides. 1, rashes around the feet, ankles, and buttocks area. 2, alternating constipation and diarrhea. 3, weight loss. 4, they're in the questionnaire, so I didn't get past 3.
That's okay.
Well, thank you for the information.
My noggin's not big enough for all of it.
Hi, Christina. Chris.
But I mean, how do you, if the doctors basically can't find it, pretty much anything, so how do you go by the doctor's care if they, it's basically I am caring for myself, not the doctors.
Well, if it's mites or other skin parasites, some doctors and dermatologists do have treatment protocols.
If it's strongyloides, you go by the symptoms that are in the book or in the questionnaire, and then you have your doctor send off a blood test to Quest Labs, and they can identify strongyloides if it's present. Strongyloides is usually transferred from feces, contact with feces, although it could be transferred from direct human contact as well, or contact with an animal that's infected with it.
Yeah. Hi, I don't know if I'm unmuted. This is
Go ahead. Okay. Yeah.
It's a long question, so let me just ask the short part of it. I live with my mother and my brother and his dog, and I have probably every symptom of Morgellons and then some other stuff. You can hear my sinuses, right? So I have a naturopath that's helping me, but we started with a mold mycotoxin screen, and say a scale of 1 to 10 is the scale they use, 10 being the highest. Mine was 2,700. So there are molds in my body, and I've been using the glutathione and bentonite clay and some of the protocols that you offer. My Herxheimer or the die-off symptoms were very, very bad. I was in bed all day and night. So That took me to, I would say, 80% better. But I do notice that it seems like they come back again. Like whatever these things are in my nose, they're in my ears. My scalp is pretty good right now, but I felt something the other day. You know, so I guess what you're saying, the King diet, if I'm not going to do the King diet, which I don't know what it is, but
it's in the book.
I've been sick for, I guess, 2 years now, and went to 13 different doctors. It's a nightmare. So you all know that already. So I guess.
Yeah, we're not here to replace doctors, but what we are here for is to help you clean out the mold and fungi from your body. They can replicate very fast and can be very difficult to deal with. First, the diet is imperative. The diet is basically an anti-candida diet, which is even stricter than anti-candida because you can't have any vegetable oils, no fruit except for lime or lemon. So the diet is number one. It's free. It's in the book. I can email it to you. It was attached to the update that went out about this program today. It's got 3 stages. You want to be on stage 1. Number 2, we use kinase enzymes. They're in in our store. The enzymes, what they do is break down chitin. Chitin is like the building blocks of all fungal organisms, so they consume it and they break it down. This enzyme also breaks up biofilm, so that's important. Oftentimes, if you're dealing with Morgellons or Lyme disease, the biofilm aspect. The second is we have a supplement called Calcium Dayclex. Calcium Dayclex is a supplement that inhibits the production of hyphae. Hyphae are the root aspects of all mold and fungal organisms, where they get the nutrients, how they extract the nutrients and life from your body. And we also recommend Lufeneron. Lufeneron is a medication that you order from Mexico. It inhibits the production of chitin, so that it does very much. So Lufeneron inhibits the chitin. The kinase enzymes dissolves and assimilates the chitin. So we're dealing with the chitin on 2 levels, inhibiting its production and destroying it to existence. And then with the calcium Dayclex inhibiting the hyphae from being formed. So that's our basic approach to to dealing with fungal organisms.
But the first step is to get Richard's book, and it's a free download. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would never be able to remember all that. Yeah. So.
Well, this is being recorded. That's the good news, and you'll get a. How did you learn about the program today? May I ask?
Either probably YouTube or online.
All right, so you're not in our system. So you want to email me, and anybody can do this. Email me at KN. I'm just giving you time to get a pencil or something. KNIC, the number 2 at Verizon.net.
Thank you.
And request to be put on. I'll email you everything.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Okay, welcome to the program. We're here to support you in getting your life back. Anyone else have a question or would like to share?
I have a question that was texted to me. Can I jump in?
Sure.
This person says that when they urinate, little things float to the surface. They don't know if it's lint, bugs, undigested DE, and should they be concerned?
I have no idea.
I mean, I would think that it could be mites. I doubt it would be DE. It could be Morgellons, but you need to read the book, do the diet, and send out the questionnaire.
And if you're concerned about it, I would see your doctor and have them have the sample analyzed. That could be a medical issue. I don't want to give any medical advice. We're not
right.
We're not here for that. As far as mites, Morgellons, Columbella, and parasites, never heard any connection with that happening.
I experienced that.
Did you?
With mites, yeah. But it got better with the diet and the mouthwash and, yeah. So I'm not saying it's a cure. I'm just saying I experienced that and it got way better.
And when she says a mouthwash, you mean that you consumed it, right?
Right, okay. Right.
Our mouthwash is there to help clean your mouth. We call it a body wipe. You can use it on your skin as well, and you can also swallow it. It's very much like swallowing charcoal, except this is liquid charcoal. So it cleans out your intestines, your digestive system as well. Anyone else like to share or ask a question? The lines are open. Just do *6.
Richard, I didn't unmute everybody. I'm just unmuting 2 people at a time.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Richard, it's Carolyn Fredette, and I just want to thank you so much for helping everyone. I think we all should just say thank you so much, because I went to so many doctors. I had to have emergency surgery, which I'm fine now, but I had more similar to Morgellons when I had the surgery, and I'm telling you that stuff went crazy. But I am on good things. When I use them up, I'm going to switch over to some you have. And I'm using your soap thing has helped my skin so much. And then I think it was one of your consultants helped me with my cats. I ordered nitin pyron, and I put them on that and a real good flea stuff. And I also take a baby wipey and put your soap stuff on and wipe their fur when they come in at night, because they seem to have something coming off their fur that comes off of me, and they've been checked, and she did not find anything, at all. No fleas, nothing wrong with them, no mites or anything. Has anybody else got any suggestions? Because I hate to give up my cats, but I have been using your ammonia ideas, and I'm going to order some other things. I just ordered your face cream, which has helped my skin a lot on my face, and it's just no doctor offered me one thing, so you're right about that. In fact, they put me on such powerful antibiotics when I first got a cat scratch. Then I started having these symptoms, and because the cat had tapeworms, so he wiped out everything in my body. He put me on 1,800 milligrams of antibiotics a day. And so now I'm dealing with candida and redoing my gut and recuperating from surgery. But I'm getting there, and I'm I'm fixing to order your book, because I've been doing something a little bit different because I had candida and a couple of other issues going on with a hiatal hernia. So, but that's true. The diet restriction makes a total difference. And I'm just trying to get them out of my face. Is there any suggestions on that better?
Sure. Thanks for coming on and sharing your experience. We appreciate that. Robin can address the issue with your cats in a little bit. As far as your face, the creams,
yes.
When you massage that cream, and if you have the Beauty Forever cream, you want to massage the cream in. Well, first of all, wet your face, massage it in, and then wet your face again, and then massage it in. Keep doing that, wetting and massaging and wetting and massaging until all the whiteness disappears. And then you know that the cream is in. You want to do that several times, an hour in the beginning, frequently. Whenever we're dealing with these parasites, we want to be very aggressive. We just don't want to do something once a day and think that's all we need to do, because they keep coming back. They keep coming back. So you want to keep going at them, and not give them a chance to control your life and your body. So that often is it. The exfoliant cream has been amazing as well, using the exfoliant cream the same way. Wet your face, massage it in. I mean, people have told me that it's extracted all kinds of stuff from their skin by doing it. But the key is to wet it, massage it, wet it, massage it, wet it, and massage it. So you only apply it once, but you wet it and massage it. You don't have to apply it 3 times. Just apply it once. Would you like to?
Putting the breathing soap, just diluted a little bit, like you said, on the eyebrows, and the lady that had stuff in her ears, I did, and in the nose, and and they are just about gone unless I eat the wrong thing. And then you're right, it agitates, so I'm very, very careful. It's not worth it to eat it.
No, it's, people write me on their questionnaire and they say they eat a lot of sweets. I'd say about maybe 30% of the people on my questionnaire, I'm a junk food addict. And I write back to them, you need to have a talk with your tooth. You got to tell your tooth that you'd rather stop itching and feeling the biting than feed it the sugar, because that's a choice you need to make. You can't have both. You can't have the sugar and the foods and expect to make any progress here. But even if you're eating healthy, you make one little mistake and have something with olive oil, and it's bad news.
Or gluten-free with corn. You can't have corn.
See, they got me on using olive oil on whatever I'm on. It's a autoimmune protocol, but I don't use very much.
Just switch to rice bran oil.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can
rice
you
bran.
just feel better?
Rice bran
oil won't affect the parasites.
Rice bran oil is one of the most healthy, the healthiest oil there actually is. It has the highest flash point, so it degrades the ability to degrade it is high. You just can't. It's a healthy, very healthy oil, tremendously healthy.
Okay, called rice bran oil?
Yeah, rice bran oil. It's in our store. We have a whole section about oils. Okay. So there's essential oils, peppermint, all the oils are there.
Yep. I'm spraying I ordered your peppermint, and I had a cedar oil, because I know parasites don't like that, and I've been
red cedar oil.
I've been cleaning with ammonia, and that in 2 weeks, 95% of stuff I saw in the air. I don't have carpet, thank God. I can mop it all away, but it's gone. It is so much better since I've been cleaning with all your cleaning things.
It's a project. It's a job. It's like another full-time job. It
is. It's tiring, but
you have to get the organisms out.
I think we all need to just thank you guys from the bottom, and especially you because you're trying to help people, and God will honor that. And I appreciate it, because I thought I was literally going to die. I am a nutritionist, and I've helped people lose weight for 30 years, and I did not know what was going on in my body, and I literally thought I'm always well, and I thought I was going to die.
Yes.
I did.
I was there
down
myself.
to 102 pounds.
Thank
you so much.
Let me ask you a question. That you're a nutritionist. As you were doing your work as a nutritionist, how familiar have you been with glutathione?
I haven't until I heard all your...
I can't thank you. Thank you. I can't believe it. Doctors don't know about it. Doctors don't know about it.
No, they don't know about it.
I ran
even the ones that do natural homeopathic, they they didn't put me on that. And I heard you say something to gain a little weight. You were doing some turkey meatballs.
Yes, turkey meatballs with the cantata tomato sauce, or you can make your own tomato sauce, but you need to pick out tomato sauce that doesn't have any offending ingredients.
Okay.
You gotta get good at reading labels.
And the spinach rice pasta. I love the spinach rice pasta.
Oh, okay. Spinach rice pasta.
Or brown rice pasta.
Right.
Does the second or third week add in like sweet potatoes or a few things like that?
Oh, sweet potatoes may be a long time. You don't go to stage 2 until you are basically free of itching and biting day after day, and then you can start adding in one food from stage 2. If you are dealing with Morgellons, you never bring in sugar. You can bring in honey, but not sugar. If you're only dealing with Columbella and not Morgellons, you actually have sugar on stage 2.
Oh, okay. That's good. This is wonderful. I can't wait to get I'm going to order that this week. I had to do one thing at a time because I had to pay about $7,000 out of pocket that I still owe, but I'm just about caught up, and I really believe it's just like a godsend thing because it's like literally saving my life and many other lives. So I just wanted you to know that. You know, the first time I did pay a better price for the debriding soap, but I don't know how you get something like 23 and then it went to 39. So I'm hoping that I can get a stable, maybe just get the bigger size next time. It's better.
Yeah, it's more economical with the larger size. And the thing about the debriding soap in the beginning, you do use a lot, and then within about 3 or 4 weeks, the quantity that you use diminishes dramatically, as you don't need to take as many baths. You don't need. I mean, you improve, so you don't need it that much.
Right.
Be careful with peppermint oil around your cat, because peppermint oil is poisonous for cats.
Right. Yeah, I've been spraying it just in the air, and I don't spray the tea tree. I think that's not good for the cats either.
I mean, if you spray it in the air and it lands on the floor and they walk on the floor and they lick their paws.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah.
And I love the peppermint. Well,
I know.
How could I incorporate it, I wonder? Not hurt
rooms that they don't go in. Furniture that they don't go on. But
that's
you just,
good, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What, is there anything else I need to do to help? Because I see stuff on their fur, but they don't have fleas, they don't have any worms, and I'm still doing the tapeworm treatment once a month just to be sure, because the flea treatments don't get rid of the tapeworm, the stuff you put on the back of their neck.
Right, so the things that work the best for the cats are Lufeneron, which is called Program. Well, it was called Program, but that company went out of business. They have Lufeneron for cats, and it comes in little pills that you put in their food once a month. And then instead of the stuff you put on the back,
Is that the nitintyrin?
No, but that you can use as well. You can Nitinpriam, I think it's called.
I think that's what you told me last time.
Right.
And I bought that, and I'm
every
giving them
3 days, but the Lufeneron you only use once a month. And the other thing that works is the Seresto collar, which you put on the cat, and they're a little expensive, but they last 8 months. Okay?
Collars
and then
are not good because mine are indoor, outdoor, and that's...
Well, the that Seresto collar is recommended for outdoor cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the other thing is Adam's Pyrethrin Flea Dip for cats and dogs, and it's a flea dip. Adam's.
Oh, flea dip.
It comes in a blue bottle with a red cap. You just take 1 capful and put it in a cup of water, and then you have 1 cup of clean water and 2 washcloths, and you hold the cat by the scruff of their neck, You rub them everywhere with the flea dip. Hold them for, if you can, for 10 minutes, and then use the clean water to wipe it off. You can do that. You can do that up to once a week. It only took like 2 times doing it with my cat, and now I do it once a month just as maintenance.
Did you get it in the store, or did you order it online?
I bought that on Amazon, and the company's great. The company's really great.
Adam. Okay.
Pyrethrin, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's called Adam. Thank you.
Adam's flea dip.
Yeah, and being a nutritionist, if you're still working as a nutritionist and would like to have our products available to for your clientele, get in touch with me and we can work out some kind of wholesale agreement on these products.
I will, because I've got several that are down 70, 80 pounds and really need to be on. Ooh, I'm telling you. And they're on the other end of where I was 35 years ago when I was about 100 pounds overweight with no knowledge. But I did lose it, and I've kept it off all these years. But I never, now I'm really looking into things that I was taking, the supplements and things that weren't right for my body and had all these things in them. So I have learned a lot, I tell you. It's a journey, like the lady said. But,
okay, just another plug. If you're working with people who are overweight, you might want to pick up a copy of my book called The Scale Conspiracy. It specializes in emotional eating. So that's often a component of people eating too much, emotional eaters. They eat when they're frustrated. They eat when they're happy. They eat when they're depressed. They eat when they're excited. So it handles all of that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else like to share or ask a question?
Yeah, I'm new to the group, and I'm I'm not even sure that I for sure have this. I'm kind of still up in the air about it. It's only been about a month or two that I've kind of started noticing some things, and I've gotten online and, kind of went crazy researching some things, and I landed on this Morgellons. The thing that I don't have really any itching or crawling, but I do have these like hair-like fibers that I've noticed.
Well, thank you. Your first name?
Keisha. Sorry.
And where are you from, Keisha?
Daytona.
Okay. If you read now, we are not and cannot diagnose you, but we can educate you. And if you read Dr. Saverly's book, Morgellons, The Legitimization of a Disease, you'll find that Morgellons disease is characterized by filaments, and they can be of various lengths, different colors, black, white, blue, yellow, green, red. So that characterizes Morgellons. Oftentimes people do have itching, they do have biting sensations, but on occasion they don't have any feelings, anything like that.
Okay. My main concern is that I have extremely long hair. It's very, very thick, and I'm very concerned about that. What is my best route as far as hair treatment?
Cut your hair.
Well, do you have trouble in the scalp? I mean,
No. No,
so
I haven't had any.
You don't have any itching, any biting, any discomfort in the scalp?
No.
Okay, so...
What about your face?
Not yet.
No, my face is fine. Like, I have a couple spots on my legs, but I'm also an IV drug user, so a lot of the spots on my legs are from that. Now, the way that I noticed it is that I do inject cocaine, and I have learned that these things do not like it. That's how I kind of noticed the fibers, is because anytime I do it, these fibers come out, and they come out very quickly with a vengeance. and then you know, I kind of, you know, pull them out, and then, you know, it only lasts for, you know, a minute or two, and then they kind of recede back in. But that's
how long has this been happening?
Only a couple weeks.
All right. You know, sometimes people tell me it takes 3-6 months. They start noticing things early, but they don't know what it is, and then because in the questionnaire I often ask people, when did you first notice it? And sometimes it might take people maybe a year to figure out that there something weird is going on. And then it gets worse and worse and worse. So the idea is to head it off as early as you can and basically put the protocol into effect, do the diet, and do the you know, cleaning of your skin. I don't know if they're in your environment or if you're being recontaminated in your environment. You know, it's hard to say. You're kind of at the beginning of your journey. We don't know a year from now where you would be if you did nothing, whether it would be the same or whether it would be dramatically worse.
Well, about to move in the spring.
Hello, are you still there?
I guess not.
Okay. Anyone else?
They muted me. I don't know if I got unmuted now or not.
Oh, you're unmuted now. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it muted me. Yeah, see, my concern is because the things that I find are white hairs, and I have a roommate that has a cat that's completely white. So that's been my kind of back and forth thing on it. I am going to get the stuff, and I am going to try it to see if I notice a difference. You know, I want to, if I have this, I want to get a hold of it before it gets bad, because I've heard some, you know, awful stories, and I feel really horrible for people. So that's my concern is, you know, I want to, if I do have it, I want to catch it early, and I want to do everything I can to get it under control or potentially cure it if I'm, you know, caught it soon enough. I've heard some people that have caught it very, very early have had some actual cure from it, but, you know, I don't know how.
Well, if you catch it early and you know what you're doing, it can be basically a blip in your life, a non-event. If you don't catch it early or ignore it, it could become a major catastrophe.
Right, right, and that's where I'm at. You know, I'm a dancer. I'm an exotic dancer, so I have contact with a lot of people, and, you know, I could have picked this thing up anywhere. God only knows. But, you know, I'm also concerned about, you know, spreading it too. So that's why I want to do something, you know, so that if I do have this, I'm potentially not spreading it to the entire, you know, universe. You know, so I want to take all the precautions that I can. I want to do everything that I can to kind of cut it off at the head before it gets, you know, this incredible monster. So, you know, like I said, I'm very new to this. I'm just trying to figure out kind of what the right steps are to take. I honestly just came across your site like 2 days ago.
Well, the challenge for you is the only symptom you have is the filaments. You don't have any itching or any biting going on by which you can judge progress. The only progress you can judge is the absence of filaments. If you're doing on the right path, that you won't have any filaments. Now, it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge to figure out where and if your environment is infected that needs to be treated and disinfected. The diet is pretty much straightforward, and you'll know, I guess, when you see no filaments coming out of your skin, you'll know that you're on the right path.
But just remember, you can't do it just one time. You're going to have to do it over and over and over.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do the environment. I'm going to, you know, I've been listening to the people about the cat and stuff. The cat doesn't come in my room. Occasionally it's gotten in, and I don't know if maybe because the cat got out like a week or two ago. So I don't know if the cat picked something up but the cat doesn't come in my room. But, you know, I do want to, you know, do something about the cat just in case, because if the cat does have it, I don't need it recontaminating everything. So I'm just trying to really get a hold of this thing before it, you know, becomes...
I would recommend keeping a diary and writing your thoughts down and what you observe day by day, so you can put together some kind of assessment in a week or two as to whether or not maybe that you're dealing with an infected cat that's traveling around the home. Again, do the bathing. You may want to pick up some of the skin creams and have with you in the particular spots that you're talking about where you notice the filaments, and that is massage it in to extract the stuff from those areas before it spreads throughout your entire body.
Yeah. Okay, so get the skin cream, because I was going to do the skin cream and the debriding soap. I haven't actually gotten on the online store. Do you have like a total package thing I can purchase?
Well, there are some packages that are for supplements, but in terms of the soaps and we have soaps, shampoos, lotions, and gels. Usually each person finds their particular favorite and orders that. Like we have a Super MSM gel, which has nature's gift in it, diatomaceous earth, and that's very powerful to apply to the skin as well.
Okay.
So I guess it's more by trial and error. There's Claudia's Dream Cream that doesn't have any nature's gift in it, but it's a combination of different essential oils that people love. And some people, you know, do combinations, particularly when it comes to the hair. They mix a combination of things. Ethel, are you there? Would you like to go through the protocol for the hair?
Here. I'm here, Richard. Give me a second. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I have to get to Robin, I didn't have a chance to...
Yeah, this is just an example of what you might do. And so Ethel's going to go through what you could do for your hair, for instance.
Okay. Robin, I didn't get a chance to experiment in making a large batch. So this is just for a single batch. Make a mixture in the palm of your hand with some Nature's Gift shampoo. You can have the regular or the foaming. Some Super MSM gel. Some Claudia's Dream Cream. A few drops of peppermint or clove or tea tree oil. Mice don't like the essential oils. And you can, all of these things are available at the store. But massage this in. The Nature's Gift shampoo, the Super MSM gel, the Claudia's Dream Cream, and a few drops of an essential oil. Really massage that into your scalp. And, you know, with some water. And put on a shower cap. Keep it on overnight to keep from drying out. Wash and clean your hair in the morning and repeat this 2 or 3 times a day or as often as you possibly can. And this is not going to reduce what you have going on in your scalp immediately. It might take a month. It might take longer, but just persist because it will clear them out. And then you want to like do a maintenance every few days once you don't feel the sensations anymore. If you have to go out in public, I'm always pushing the cute cancer caps. Plus you get a little sympathy with those on. And you can you wear those. Oh, and around your hairline, please put some Vaseline. That will keep the organisms from drifting down into your face. And your pillow, make sure that you are treating it. And I ordered myself some of those thick vinyl covers that you were talking about last week, Robin. I'd had some before, but I think I had burst a couple of them open. So I did order some new ones, and it's fantastic to have those, and you don't have to throw your pillows away.
Right.
Make sure that you are covering your pillows and that you're disinfecting those. And also the headrest on your car. Spray that with the ammonia or with an enzyme treatment that you are doing. you have really long hair, you definitely want to, you know, get ahead of the game and stuff, because once it gets into your scalp, then it's best like just not have any hair, so you can put this product right onto your scalp. But this really works, and I am going to try making a bigger batch one day soon.
Hopefully. Yeah, I am.
Good.
Well, the point here is, okay, you need to be really aggressive about it. You could take the same mixture, and if you're having things coming out of your wrist, the filaments, you could apply the mixture to that area as well. Or I talked earlier about using the exfoliant cream and massaging it in deeply. So there are many options. But, being in the type of business you're in, you don't want an income stream affected. You want to get on top of this like ASAP.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing tea tree oil for ever since I noticed it, because I know tea tree oil is one of the things that pretty much any bug doesn't like. So when I first kind of noticed it and kind of did some research and figured out it was probably a mite, I started immediately doing tea tree oil. And honestly, I did it kind of early enough. I was noticing some like little black specks, but since I've done the tea tree oil kind of regularly, I've not seen any of them anymore. And then, like I said, now it's just kind of the filaments, so it's very rarely that I even see them. So I'm just trying to, like I said, get ahead of the game, just in case this is what it is. Now, should I go get tested for Lyme disease?
No, that's a waste of time. Do you have any symptoms? Do you have any aches, inflammation, pain?
I'm just extremely tired. When I tell you I could sleep 18 hours and get up for a couple hours and go right back to bed, I am just exhausted all of the time.
Well, that's amazing.
I recommend listening to the segment we did earlier. You were here on it, where we talked about the different supplements and boosting your glutathione. Just about everybody who sends me in the questionnaire tells me they have fatigue, or they have pain around the shoulder area. I forget what that.
Yes, I have severe scoliosis, so as far as neck and back pain, I have that all the time anyway, so I wouldn't notice it if it was.
So you'd want to boost your glutathione. By boosting your glutathione, brain fog clears up, fatigue often becomes a history kind of thing. So the basic supplement pack I'd recommend getting started with. As far as Morgellons goes, the next thing that you would add would be boron. And that's basically it, I think, for you in terms of nutritional.
Okay.
And that's all in the store.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.